Shut up.
And I'm hearing you, Lord. 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 Alien, go right through hell and come back again.
Are we getting a Sammy and Kenji relationship? So it's pretty weird. If you watch season 3, y'all know what I'm talking about. I still think Yaz is going to be with Kenji, but again, these are theories because it's weird. Because season 2, Yaz and Kenji had a bond going, and they were talking a lot. They were. It feels like they were how they were on camp on the island on Camp Cretaceous. You know, had a little bond going. Then this season happened, and it's weird because they do this a lot. In this season, Sammy and Kenji really didn't have that interaction that much. They were around each other. They talked, but not as much as they should have compared to what they did in season 2. Maybe because they were both on opposite sides. You had Sammy, Yaz, she was on the team of going to get Brooklyn and see if she needs help. And then you had Kenji on the team of really much F Brooklyn, I'm going back home with Bumby or Smoothie, Bumby's baby. So they were pretty much like on opposite side, and maybe that was a big problem. But but you clearly see Sammy and Kenji. But then again, they've always had a good relationship because they had a good relationship back in Camp Cretaceous too. If you would have asked me back then who I saw Sammy to get with, it was Yaz or Ben. Kenji was always, it was between Yaz or Brooklyn with Kenji. More so Yaz than Brooklyn because Yaz and Kenji had a lot more interaction than Brooklyn before we got to that season where they magically want to talk to each other like they've been the best of bud throughout the whole season, the whole show, excuse me. But yeah, you never know. Maybe Sammy might be that one for old Kenji. But I really do think it should be Yaz. Because I don't know if I said this before, but in the other video I stated talk about Yaz and what's her name? Sammy's relationship. I think Yaz is bi. So it would make more sense for Kenji and Yaz. However, Sammy kind of comes off like she can go both ways herself. So I don't really know. Either or will work for me. And you probably say, well, would they do that? Probably so, because they've already broken up. I don't think Yaz and Sammy will get back together. If they do get back together, it's going to be weird and interesting how they're going to do that. They don't need to. I think they're better off not to be together, and Kenji's better off by himself. I really rather him not end with nobody on the team. Look at Ben. Ben didn't end up with nobody on the team, and he got the baddest looking woman in the show. So, because clearly this whole dating with among each other has not worked. Look at Brooklyn and Kenji. But out of anyone who I want to see together, it's actually Kenji and Yaz. But if the writers want to do Houdini and they want to go left with this, far left, then Sammy's fine too. I don't think she's a bad choice. Not my first choice, but that's fine too. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you think Sammy and Kenji should be together, or you're like me, who was like, no? But I want to put this video out there as a theory, get it talking, because like I said, I do see there might be some hope for Kenji. And you probably say, well, Johnson, it seemed like you were against Kenji. No, I was against Kenji in Brooklyn. I've always been against that because it felt forced. But I've always wanted Kenji, the character, to get somebody. And Kenji's my favorite character right now in the show. I really have liked what they've done with Kenji. He's done a 180 for me. Maybe it's the voice actor. He's doing a better job than their old voice actor was. Or maybe it's the fact that, it's just they figured a way to make Kenji more relatable than he was. Because Kenji character in Chaos Theory is a totally different character from what you got in Camp Cretaceous. They're two different characters. And he has the most development and most progression out of all the characters, especially with dealing with his dad. Now getting to see his dad get mauled with those raptors, that's crazy. So I really want the best for Kenji. I want the best for Yaz too, because Yaz is one of my other favorite characters too. Darius has been my favorite character, of course, but he was my favorite throughout Camp Cretaceous because I wanted him to get his due, and his due was Brooklyn. We all knew that for him to solidify him to be a good character, or I'll say a good character, for him to get his due, to get the team off the island, it's for him to get with Brooklyn. Now, flip it around. Kenji is another one I wanted to get his redemption, but I thought it would be with, Yas or someone else. But they gave him Brooklyn. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. But I do think Kenji should end up with somebody. But I say more so Yas. But if it's Sammy, I'm cool with Sammy. But in reality, it should be Yas. So, as always, guys, peace. Have a Johnson day. And I'll see you guys in the next video.